Alright, so before we get this started, I want to clarify something. I know these theories are extremely out there and highly unlikely. I'm not saying that this is the case. I'm just pointing out ways that many of the inconsistencies within the cartoon could possibly work in real or some sort of reality. I'm not saying that that these are the case and these are actually canon and things that are happening in the, the game or the show, but so just want to clarify that. I know I'm overthinking it. I'm just explaining ways that could possibly happen. All right, enjoy. Hi guys. I'm sarcastic. I'm Sarcastic Dragon. I still have no formal entering statement. I'm gonna have to work on that, but for now I'm just going to use a flashy intro to distract you from my lack of personality. Alright, what is up guys? So, a little different today. Once again, sound is fucking not working, but anyways, this is just gonna be kind of a background thing. So, we're going to be starting a new series today. And I'm excited for this because I found out that I'm actually rather good at it. Either that or I'm just stupid. I don't know either way. So, what I'm planning to do is I'm going to make a cartoon logic series. Now, if you don't know what I mean by that, what I mean is, you know the thing, anyway, just cartoon logic that doesn't make sense, and I am going to explain to you a way that could make sense. And yeah, most of it I just pulled out of my ass, but then I did some fact checking and it kind of checked out. So let's get started. First episode, we are going to do the king of cartoons, SpongeBob. Am I gonna get hate for saying that's the king of cartoons? It's one of the most prominent, okay? Don't judge me. Now, I used to watch this show all the time when I was a kid, but this show gets some flack. I mean, people mostly just do it in good fun, but this show has some things that simply do not make sense. But SpongeBob is obviously in an alternate universe because there aren't cities underwater, and yes, a fictional story is technically an alternate universe, so there are different rules. So this is an alternative Earth with cartoon physics, therefore I can make up my own, and now I will explain how these concepts could roughly work. So there are realistic things in there, but there are some processes that I don't really clarify how it could cause the outcomes. Anyways, alright, so the first one is obviously one of, if not the most, pointed out one, and also one of the most explained, but everyone seems to miss out on a key fact about this particular case, or this particular inconsistency, and that is, the episode, you've seen SpongeBob have campfires underwater, okay? Fire. So, obviously, the most obvious explanation for this one is pretty easily, magnesium is the third most abundant element in the ocean, and magnesium can burn underwater. So there, cool, right? Half the work is done for us. But what people seem to ignore is the fact that in many of these cases, you see SpongeBob burning, or whatever character, burning a pile of wood, and no sight of what could be possibly magnesium. So I thought of something to possibly go around this, and that is, alright, so no plants that I know of, underwater plants, have wood, and except for trees that are submerged underwater, but those aren't in the ocean, okay? Now, anyways, I am fucking this up big time. Okay, so, so there's obviously no wood underwater. Now again, this is a cartoon, but I have an alternative. What if there is a plant species that uses magnesium in the water to build itself a protective shell? And so what I am suggesting is that when you see SpongeBob having a campfire, he is not burning wood, he is burning oxidized, highly concentrated magnesium, and then, with the right amount of friction, that could indeed burn underwater. Maybe. I don't know. So, the next one is another very famous one, and that is, you ever seen the picture of Patrick Star, you know, a starfish underwater drowning in a beach underwater? Yeah. So there's that. Now, I also have an explanation for this. I'm not paying attention to this guy at all. I need to keep going. You have like fucking Yogi Bear hands, man. I think I said that once before, but whatever. Alright, so, so one way this could work, it could easily be explained using another substance. So, the beaches are not actually water, they are oil. Now listen, hear me out, hear me out. Now, I know what you're thinking, Sarcastic Dragon, oil is not fucking blue, and yes, I know, but, anyway, first off, this is why fish could actually drown in it, because, you know, they could drown in oil. And, but, what if the blue coloration comes from a blue pigmented microorganism that feeds off of the oil, and then the oil is replenished because the beaches are actually underwater, you know, oil reserves that periodically release more oil to replenish what was eaten. That's about all there is to it. But, you know, there's a logical explanation for that. Now, the next one is why fish drink water. They are seen several times doing this. Not counting the one where SpongeBob drank an invisible glass of water, because that was just for a gag, but there have been other episodes where they legitimately had glasses of water. And so this could work by changing the circumstances of the environment. So, what if in this alternate world, the ocean has a much lower oxygen level because of a bacteria that transforms it into methane? Now, before you say, that's stupid, hear me out. There was actually a microorganism that did that. It existed 250 million years ago and is believed to have caused the Permian extinction, which is the biggest extinction event in history, and killed 95% of all life on Earth. So, yeah, no, that's a thing. So, what I'm proposing is that a mild case of this happened in the distant past, and it wasn't, and because it would be hard for life to form with a low oxygen level, but maybe it wasn't always that way, and it was caused by that bacteria. If that was the case, then the fish would have had to adapt to survive with lower oxygen levels. However, at such a low oxygen content, it would still be very difficult for life to survive. So, once fish actually, once their, like, civilization or whatever the fuck it is in SpongeBob actually, you know, rose, then they started doing, you know, like chemistry and other shit like that, and they made higher content, very concentrated oxygenated water, which wouldn't really be water anymore at that point, but whatever. They drink it to help them get oxygen into their bodies. Yeah. And then lastly, how they blow bubbles through glass, by which I mean you've seen the episodes where SpongeBob is in Sandy's glass dome, and he is blowing bubbles despite the fact that he has a large glass dome over his face. Now this one's kind of iffy. I mean, the explanation for this one isn't the best, and it's probably wrong, but it's the best I got. So what I would suggest, what I suggest here is that, ooh, nice. Alright, so what I would suggest here is that, in fact, because of the way glass-making materials form in the natural environment, most glass domes would be full of small symmetrical holes. Okay, alright, hear me out. I know this is kind of stupid and it's probably not right, but whatever. And so this would mean that it could then have a magnetic field which holds the water and it would be high oxygen content water, because otherwise that would, you know, fuck them up really fast. But so it's held in place by a magnetic field, which is pushing it, I know. But then when he blows against the glass, aka to blow bubbles, it would push through the water and out the magnetic field with enough force to blow the bubble. And then, if you've ever seen Sandy whistle, there's one like comedy episode where she whistled or something like that, you will think, well, what the fuck, how did she do that? Well, this one I can actually kind of back up with some evidence, and that is that if that were the case, and she also had, you know, microscopic holes in her helmet, then it would work in the same way as like an ocean current pushing up against the holes. Now, again, hear me out. This would work, especially it was shown to work in SpongeBob, even though it was going through. But in one SpongeBob episode, remember, he went batshit crazy because jellyfish would not leave him alone, because the holes in him kept making whistling noises when sea currents drifted through it. So there's that. So I propose that the same thing may be going on with Sandy's helmet, and that allows her to whistle along with what she's doing with her vocal cords. Decent. Okay. And then, if you've ever seen her, she does like that, you know, when you put the two fingers in your mouth before you whistle, she does that and puts her fingers up against the glass. Yeah, now that's stupid, but what if she's covering up a portion of the small microscopic holes in the front to limit the spread of the noise, and therefore make it more audible? Yeah, that one's not very airtight, but I think the first three are pretty decent, right? Okay, alright, so thank you guys for watching. I'm still up to writing anything you want, and should you like this video, please like and maybe subscribe for more content, or something stupid like that. And yeah, and if you have oh my god, it's fucking pouring outside. If you have a suggestion for something that, some sort of cartoon mystery that needs to be explained, please feel free to comment below, and I will do my best to BS my way into an answer. So, thank you guys so much for watching. This is what we came up with in this time. I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.